Seriously, I want to marry this eyeshadow. It is freaking gorgeous. Hey guys and dolls, welcome back. It's me, Cora. Today I'm going to be doing a review and swatch fest of the Urban Decay Vice 4 palette, and I'm super excited because every single year I get excited for this palette. It's become a bit of a tradition. I know I didn't get the first one, like the very first Vice, and I've had like the FOMO, fear of missing out ever since. So every year I absolutely have to have this palette. Thankfully, Urban Decay sent this to me, so thanks guys. The Vice 4 palette is $60 and you get 20 eyeshadows. Each eyeshadow is 0.8 ounces. Before we even crack this guy open, I just have to talk about how beautiful the packaging is this year. Urban Decay has really outdone themselves with the packaging this year. The motif here is sort of a shattered glass oil slick effect. It is both textural and beautiful in terms of the colors used. It almost has like a holographic look to it where you shift the palette and the color schematic will change slightly. One thing I love is how it has this hard overlay over the actual palette itself. The bit in the back is also texturized so you can sort of feel it, and it's just a lot of thought was put into this, and I just really appreciate the overall design element. For me, this is definitely a display piece. The palette also comes with its own little carrying case. It has a silver motif, which is similar to the oil slick pattern that is on the palette itself, but it's sort of like a silvered out, washed out version of it. It's very cool. The fabric is very thick. It's almost padded, in fact, so it's really great for traveling with the Vice palette. It keeps it safe, or you could just use it as its own little makeup bag. It's a great little addition to the palette. So when you open the palette up, there's a magnet that keeps it closed. When you open it up, it has the nice big mirror that these Vice palettes are sort of known for, and it does stand up on its own, I would like to mention. I still have the plastic on mine because I don't normally use them, and someday I will want to use it and I'll have that satisfying moment of like taking the plastic off. I'm just kind of like saving it for later. The layout of this palette is the same as it's been in previous years. You have the 20 eyeshadows laid out in this beautiful little grid pattern. It's clean, it's simple. It does come with a brush, but I'll be honest with you, I never use the brushes from these. They just don't interest me that much. Sorry about it. You've got a really good mix this year. Overall, the color tone is cool, but there are some really great warm colors mixed in, like these ones here. This pink is a little bit on the warm side. This purple is actually a bit on the warm side, and as well as this red. The rest of them are pretty cool toned, but it does have a nice balance to it. Textures of the eyeshadows in here range from matte to satin to very shiny to kind of crumbly. These bottom three here, you have Crowbar, Low, and Flame. They are all gorgeous. They are shimmery, they are glittery, and they're just a little bit on the dry side. So you're going to want a little bit of a sticky base to give them something to stick onto, and then you're golden. Colors in this palette that I am just over the moon for would be Fastball, Flame, so see, it's crumbly, but I like it. Bitter. I really love 1985 for a couple of different reasons. First, it's a purple pink, so I'm there. Second of all, it's the year I was born, so I get kind of excited about it. This one right here, which is called Underhand, Pandemonium, Harlot. Robbery is, although my Robbery is like unglued, but Robbery is just like a beautiful silver green taupe. Love it. Beatdown is fantastic. It reminds me a little bit of their old Ransom eyeshadow. Just, oh my gosh, this palette is fantastic. So let me go ahead and do some live swatches for you guys. I'm going to go ahead and swatch these on my arms, and I'm going to go ahead and go left to right. First we have Bones, which is a color that they describe as like an oyster shell or something like that. It's very pretty. It doesn't show up like a color so much, but you can see the nice flash with it. It reminds me a little bit of MAC's Vex eyeshadow, where it's a gray color with a pink shine. This next color is Grip, which is a light gray color, kind of on like the smoky gray territory, and it does have a little bit of micro shimmer in it. It doesn't show up as very much, but it's the perfect color for blending out a deeper smoky eye. Then we have Deadbeat, which is a sort of shimmery gray black. It has a lot of micro glitter in that. Beatdown, oh my gosh, can we talk? There was a little bit of fallout. Sorry, I was getting kind of rough with it, but Beatdown. OMG, it is so good. It's such a good, like, blue toned violet. I love it. This next color is Pandemonium, which is all of the things and more. So I want to marry this eyeshadow. It is freaking gorgeous. It is a nice dark aubergine with micro shimmer. It is absolutely gorgeous. It blends beautifully. I'm wearing it right now. Amazing. This next color is Framed, which is an absolutely beautiful transitional color. Unfortunately, this palette really doesn't have a highlight in it, unless you are a mid-tone or deeper, and this could work as a highlight for you. But honestly, we all have highlights from other palettes. We don't need our, our holiday palettes necessarily to have them. So this is Fastball, which is an absolutely beautiful shimmery pink. This color is fan-freaking-tastic, and I'm wearing this one today as well. Then we have 1985, year I was born, which also kind of reminds me of that Bowling for Soup. Was that the name of the band who did that 1985 song? Bring back Springsteen, Madonna. Way before Nirvana, there was U2 and Blondie. Music still on MTV, her 2 kids in high school. Okay, I'm done. So here we have Underhand, which is a absolutely gorgeous warm plum. I mean, I want to make love to this eyeshadow right this second. It is beautiful. This next color is Harlot, which is just, again, I feel like I just keep saying, oh my god, they're so pretty, but like seriously, they're so pretty. Lovely silvery lilac. It's a deeper silvery lilac and it pairs really well with Pandemonium. Absolutely gorgeous. Again, wearing this color today. This next eyeshadow is Discreet, which is a really good name for this one because it's quite light. Yeah, there we go. So unfortunately it's light so you can't see, but it is pretty pigmented and it does work really well with Harlot. Like if you just wanted to go for a very nice like daytime easy friendly look, put Harlot on the lid and blend it out with Discreet and maybe put like a little bit of Pandemonium like in the outer corner just to smoke it up a bit. Oh, gorgeous. I'm gonna go ahead and switch sides. I'm running out of room. So here we have Grasshopper, which is super pigmented and gorgeous and so amazing. It's sort of a green almost with a blue flash and some micro shimmer in there. A lot of these colors will have micro shimmer. It's sort of like it's like a thing with the Vice palette to have micro shimmer eyeshadows. This one is called C Note and it reminds me a lot of the shade of Money, so that's probably pretty appropriate. And then we have Arctic, which is, I was like trying to describe it while I was like trying to look at it and like think about it. Yeah. This one is a bright aqua blue, a golden flash to it. It is gorgeous. These are all three absolutely really beautiful. And then we have Robbery, which is, oh my Bob, so beautiful. This is a great smoky silver gray with a slightly green edge to it. It would pair well with these colors. It would pair well with a lot of the other colors in this palette. It's just an absolutely gorgeous smoky silver taupe. Next we have Bitter, which is so good. Did you see how I just kept it going? Kept it going. It's so good. It's so pigmented and perfect, and I love this kind of color, and it works so good as a crease color. If you have blue eyes, you're gonna be best friends with this eyeshadow. It is amazing. It's so like plus it's matte. It's one of the very few mattes in this palette. It's just so good. I just realized, you guys, I'm looking at the viewfinder a lot, but it's because I'm looking at the swatches and like making sure I'm doing it right. But anyway, here we have Flame, and Flame is just, I mean, I don't need to say anything else about it, do I? Gorgeous pinky copper with lots of golden shimmer. It can be kind of Fallout Happy, to be honest, because it's kind of a more crumbly texture, but it's worth putting in that extra effort to work with it because it is absolutely gorgeous. This next color is Low, which is a amazing smoky brown gray. That's how I would describe it. Very lovely color. This one would work excellently with Robbery. You could do a low Robbery situation. Crowbar, which is pretty crumbly. You actually have been able to see these as I swatched them. These last three were on the more crumbly side, and it's because they're sort of, especially these two, they're sort of shimmer, matte, and glitter all at the same time. They're trying to be all things, all people, and I think that the formula wise, it's just a little confused, but it does work and they do look lovely. Crowbar is this amazing dark smoky olive. And then the final color in this palette is Delete, which is a gorgeous deep dark chocolate brown. This one, at first I thought it was a matte, and it's mostly matte, but it kind of looks like it has a bit of a satin texture to it. So let me go ahead and hold up my arms so you guys can see the swatches of all the colors. Amazing. We really do have quite a range, but overall the general idea is intense jewel tones, beautiful shimmers, and a few mattes thrown in so that you can make a nice look. So this palette is available at Sephora.com, as well as I think, I don't know if it's at Ulta yet, but it's at UrbanDecay.com, a few different places you can pick up this palette. It is one of those ones that sort of become a tradition. I get excited for it every year, and this year's palette did not disappoint. I am very, very happy with it. It is gorgeous. There's so many different types of looks you can do with it. I think this palette is perfect for people who love super shimmery, bright, jewel-toned eyeshadows. I'm definitely one of those people, and I have come to expect that this isn't going to have all the mattes that I need. I'm going to have to pull in from other palettes to get the mattes that I need to make a complete eyeshadow look. Not necessarily all the time, because there are mattes in here, but you know, it's not chock full of mattes. It's not like a 50-50 situation. You know, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like 20% mattes, and you know, not like a great ratio, but there are other colors also that are sort of satin textured where there's shimmer in it, but for the most part, once you put it on the eye, it does look matte. In fact, even this one, Deadbeat, kind of looks a little bit matte on the eye. It doesn't bother me that it's all shimmer at this point, especially since there are just a couple of mattes in there. The eyeshadows are gorgeous. I hope that you guys enjoyed this review of the Vice 4 palette. I hope you guys have been enjoying palette week. I'm really excited about it. Tomorrow I will have a review of the Marc Jacobs The Free Spirit holiday palette. So excited about this one. And I will see you guys then. Remember to be vintage or tacky, just be your own kind of beautiful.